Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Sharice Gibson, and it is with heavy hearts that we say goodbye to one of our own tonight. Eric Paulsen, a beloved colleague and the face of the Eyewitness Morning News for more than 4 decades. Eric passed away after a courageous battle with cancer. He was a part of the fabric of New Orleans, not just as a news anchor, but as a trusted friend to so many of us in this community. Tonight, we honor the man who gave so much of himself to the city and to all of us here at WWL.
For more than 45 years, Eric Paulsen wasn't just a news anchor, he was an icon. Eric will always be a part of the soul of WWL TV and the New Orleans community. From early mornings in the newsroom to the stories that touch the heart of the city, Eric brought warmth, curiosity, and passion to every broadcast.
The morning news is kind of like life itself. You know, it's not all good or bad, happy or sad. You know, we kind of like are a companion in the morning, and that's how I always felt the morning show was.
Eric was born and raised in St. Louis and earned his journalism degree from Southern Illinois University.
I went to school to be a sound engineer because
Really?
when I decided that maybe vet school was going to be too rough, I decided I wanted to be a sound engineer. And then one day my roommate came in and he said, you know, they're holding auditions for the radio station, you ought to try out. And I did. I got the job, and then they said they were holding auditions for the TV, and I tried out and I got it, and that's what I did.
Wow.
His journey with WWL TV began in 1977 when he joined the station and helped launch the Eyewitness Morning News. It didn't take long before he became the familiar face New Orleanians welcomed into their living rooms every morning. His charisma and chemistry with co-anchors like Andre Trevine and later Sally Ann Roberts turned the show into the highest-rated morning program in the country.
And that's when Eric started shining, if you want to know the truth. But I didn't know that he was going to be as good as he was. I wanted a community show, and Eric gave me a community show. With others too. Everyone bought into it, and it worked out very well.
Eric's love for storytelling shone through in every interview and report. He was the king of the tough question, and every question he asked managed to draw the true character out of whatever New Orleans legend landed on his hot seat.
I mean, I know people who would say, wait, who's doing my interview? And they would actually be in fear that it was going to be Eric, but at the same time, they also knew that he was going to be fair and they were going to have fun.
Whether it was his historic final interview with literary icon Tennessee Williams or his deep friendship with music legend Fats Domino, Eric had a way of connecting with people that made his stories unforgettable.
Look who's here.
Hey, Quan!
Well, I gave me shoved up.
How you doing? Yeah. Sure, it's nice to see you, man. Jesus.
I ain't seen you since last time, dude.
And they talked about the old times, and then I said in the interview, I said, let's be honest. If it weren't for Fats, there'd be no Dave. If it weren't for Dave, there wouldn't be a Fats. And if it weren't for Cosmo Matassa, there wouldn't be a Fats and Dave. And they said, you're right. And they said, why have we waited so long?
Yeah.
And I said, well, we're together now, we're good.
Behind the scenes, Eric was known for his quirky love of animals, including his collection of turtles and his authentic personality. In 2009, he married his former WWL colleague, Bethany Culp.
I met a woman there, the strongest woman I ever met, so I married her.
And in 2016, they welcomed a son. Eric was always quick to call Bethany the true love of his life. In recent months, Eric faced a new challenge. He revealed his battle with cancer in a heartfelt letter to all of us, showing the same strength and positivity he brought to every aspect of his life.
This is a fight I don't welcome, but I'm ready for this battle. My attitude is very positive, and I have a lot of support from family and friends.
In August, Eric was honored with the Press Club of New Orleans Lifetime Achievement Award, a recognition of his more than 4 decades of dedication to journalism and this community. Just weeks later, the New Orleans City Council acknowledged his extraordinary contributions to the city.
Your true self really comes out in that sense of humor people really can see and recognize. But what I also recognize, you as my friend, just how much you truly do and care for this city, not only in your job, but you as a person.
Eric was more than just a journalist. He was a part of the spirit of New Orleans. His legacy will live on in the stories he told, the lives he touched, and the city he loved so deeply. For those of us who had the privilege of working alongside him, his absence leaves a void that will never be filled.
And Eric, we are all grateful for this good man who chose New Orleans to be his home, his forever home.
The city will forever remember him as the man who brought their stories to life every morning. He was the quintessential news anchor, and our newsroom will forever feel his influence with his larger-than-life presence in the very place that he helped make a powerhouse.
We are going to miss him so much. In addition to his wife Bethany and son Emmett, Paulsen is survived by a son, John, and a daughter, Lexi, a sister, Karen, and brother-in-law, Richard, and a brother, Kim. Funeral arrangements have not been announced, but we know that Eric loved music, and so, of course, he asked for those memorial donations to be made to the Roots of Music in New Orleans or the Ella Project. You can also donate online at rootsofmusic.org or ellanola.org.